Bring on the rage as we discuss taxes and death. What's it going to be tonight
Your righteous rage.
on SideQuest Live? All right, hey everybody. My name is Todd. We're all live. We're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. It's episode 30. I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry, we're solving all the world's problems, and it's tax time. So we're all a little bit gripped, squeezing by the nuggets. But let's dive in. I'm going to be the DM for our game. It's episode 30. Thanks for jumping in. We do live interaction, so if you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube, then you can jump on live and chat at us, and we'll try to incorporate it into the game. Otherwise, what I would love is to meet the table and dive in a little bit. So let's go do that. Where are you, table? There you are, table. Hi.
So you gave up on Instagram, huh?
I thought about
It's not worth it.
There are other buttons that I would have to push, so I decided against it.
I think it's super fair. It keeps just like dying in the middle of the stream, and everything else just keeps going. It's like
you know what I will do? I will record in vertical format. So if I want to throw it up on one of the vertical formats, we can do that later.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Any YouTube shorts?
I like the vertical
It looks good.
layout that you did. The layout's really nice. And Timley makes a great point, right? If there's anything that we say that happens to be funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
There it
could
is
be short.
on its side.
What about
If it
tax
happens.
101?
Absolutely. Now, let me make sure that audio is getting out there to the interweebs, because that sucked.
I was
last time.
hearing, but I didn't check once I started talking.
Cool,
So,
cool,
So you're saying my lazy ass streaming last couple of weeks was just not up to par? Is that what
It
you're
was
saying?
fine. I'm going to take it. I'll make it all pretty and throw it out on the interwebs.
Oh, it's not pretty enough. Fine.
Oh,
I got it.
Well, this is, and that is, all the faces of you beautiful people. But, I like my overlays. I spend a lot of time on that. So anyway, we're going to be doing some 5th ed, and we're going to pick up right where we left off in the throwdown in the midst of the Mage Tower, having just learned that these Oh, wait, hold on. I have to remember something. I'm not allowed to swear. Okay, I'm not saying you guys can't swear, but I'm going to try not to, because my son helped me with a bunch of the maps and traps today. Hint. So he wants to listen/watch this later, so I've promised that I will try not to swear like a... Yeah, that's my goal. So, you guys, don't let me harsh your creative vibes, but just know that an 8-year-old might be listening to this later, and that might come out at school. So, yeah. Anyway, so welcome to the stream. Thanks. I'm trying to be a bit more kid-friendly, because I had kid help today, and I will tell you, he is a murderous little guy. But I didn't actually say anything bad there. But yeah, he had some great... I actually had to tone him down a little. I'm like, dude, you're gonna just murder them all. So
I mean, I keep saying you always pull your punches. We gotta get him as the GM.
Yep. You know what?
Yeah.
I would be so down.
He has run a game for our family game.
Better at
It was
D&D
amazing.
than anyone else.
Oh, it's true.
It's a children's game, and you should play with kids more.
Yeah, my kids both play. It's been great. And my
that's
daughter
awesome.
runs a game in at her school. It's good times.
nice.
All right, let's go around and meet everybody. Tell me who you're playing and what do you do. All right, nope. All the cameras are messed up. That's not Darcy at all. So I'll work on the cameras while you guys do the talking. Hey, let's start with Steve.
It says here I'm playing Gex, who's a Goliath rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. It sounds good.
Mhm.
I think there was something bear-like also that I was gonna
That's
play.
right. You got
I believe it's
NPCs.
Yeah.
A bunch of you scooped up some NPC minions last time. So I believe his name was Crank Enormous, the bugbear.
Yeah.
Cranky enormous bear. He's very cranky and enormous, and he's a bear.
And I did make
technically
you.
a bugbear, but I just
Yeah.
think of him as a grizzly bear because it's more fun.
He's just a
That
bear.
is funnier.
Just a little bear.
Yeah, he's literally just a bear,
Nice.
and he holds
All right.
the horn.
Darcy,
That's it. He doesn't
you're
talk.
up next.
Oh, am I up? Hi, I'm Darcy. You can find me at DarcyBits, except for on Twitter and Instagram because I have no consistency. I'm playing Empty Wisdom, but I will also be playing Shu, who was a character I designed like 2 years ago, 3 maybe.
I'm so
like,
happy
it's
that
been
they're
a while.
I'm so pleased you were like, yes.
Yeah, so I have actual emotional attachment to this character, and they're not simply fodder. So we'll see what happens today. Will Todd pull his punches? Tune in.
All right. And on that
That's it for
cliffhanger,
me. Move on.
Brandon.
Hola, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Eli, a half-elf wizard who's a bit in over his head, and also Jalen, a rather stoic human fighter. Who
I
likes to
wasn't
hit
sure
things.
whether it was human fighter. I better put that in.
Yeah.
Fighter. I just left the T off. Human fire. That's what that is. Wait, that might be a spoiler too. Awesome. Let's keep going around the horn. Timely.
Hello. So I play Hilda Boombraid. That's my usual main character, who is a med school dropout, has taken on the adventuring life, and is this perhaps Parent Day?
That's right. I forgot. She went to U of T.
University of Tasper.
Yeah, University of Tasserell. Yep, absolutely.
And my minion, the minion picked up my name is Graham, the half-orc fighter. Is there a half-orc fire? No.
Half-orc fire. All right. Let's keep going around the horn. Let's go down to Matt.
So I am playing Balin of the Clan Iron Eater from the reclaimed halls of Illifarn, and I'm looking to avenge the death of my companion, the Minotaur Guard Asterion.
Oh yeah, you guys came out into the hall and he just got cut down.
Just massacred.
Yep, he got cut down. He was the first of you to fall. So actually, I need to correct something real quick because, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to update that text a little bit. I'll just do this. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. Just gets the X. That's all it gets. That in memory of. All right. And keep going around. Let's talk to Bella.
Hey, hi everybody. I'm Bella. I'm playing primarily Isolde. And I know we got some NPCs that we're playing, but I can't seem to find mine, so I don't even know.
I remember. It's Frizzle.
Frizzle, right. Okay.
Miss Frizzle.
Yes,
Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle. We made the Magic School Bus joke, so
And
Frizzle
she's a red
is a
fire genasi.
Fire genasi fighter.
Fighter. All right, fire genasi.
Yes,
Fire genasi.
She's a
A
fighter.
genasi fire. There we go.
Yes.
Genasi firefighter.
There it is.
She is a firefighter. Yes.
She fights fire. She fights with fire.
Yes.
Both.
Starts fire.
Yes.
All the
Just
yes.
a blanket yes.
Just yes. All right, and that brings us back around to Gordon.
Hey, Gordon, playing two characters. Rook, one of the OG members of Strange Acquaintances, and Talithar.
Awesome. Who's a half-elf paladin, and Rook is a rogue. I got that in reverse order just to be extra confusing. And I'm your GM, or DM, whatever you want to call it. And tonight, we're going to dive into episode 30. Time slows down for a second. Outside the windows of the Mage Tower, you can see The storm is raging, bursts of lightning and fire, shadows flitting past the windows of these reaper-like creatures beginning to descend upon the city's denizens below. You can hear muffled screams through the open window and the raging storm. You can also see these very slight shadows of massive tentacles in amongst the storm clouds. But a little closer in, closer to home, closer to you all, you're in a hall in what were supposed to be your allies' home and main fortress, the Mage Tower, only to be betrayed by the head of the Order, trying to convince you not to attack the source of this evil that you've tracked to beneath the city, the part of the city that lies in ruin, the home of Rook, the Undertow, now mostly a desolate wasteland up on the ridge just east of the port. You're beginning to descend, going against orders. You open the door to come face to face with former enemies. A half-orc fighter barbarian, a tabaxi rogue with a couple of tricks up her sleeve, a weird half-gray halfling who seems he was a death cleric, if you remember correctly, and their faithful dog/druid companion, escorted by one of the acolytes of the tower, waiting outside in the hallway for you to exit. As the door flings open, they unleash on the party. One of your allies you picked up along the way, a minotaur, swiftly poisoned and cut down, falling just in front of your party. His gasp as he falls. No, I'm sorry. The rest of you, roll initiative.
So not to make things worse for ourselves, but if I recall correctly, and I might not, there was a spell unleashed into the room that has already hit us, and we've already rolled and failed and all that good stuff. So awfulness is already on its happening.
Is that a stinking cloud?
It was a cloud kill, I believe.
It was cloud kill.
Cloud of not even like noxious choking gas, but probably something a lot closer to like chlorine or something. Like
it's like
it's a horrific
nasty stuff.
Yeah, specifically called out like, oh, you don't even have to breathe for this to hurt you. It is bad for you as a person.
It's just like just tearing into your eyes. It's real nasty stuff. All right, I'm just gonna drag everybody who's in this particular fight. Just double check that the room is loading okay for you on Roll20.
Oh, is it
right now? It's a gray box.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
and
it's a gray
I'm just
box.
gonna drag as many of you in as I can, and you can kind of choose your marching order here. Let me just finish that off. And now I didn't mention yet in the recap that Gex and Empty Wisdom had actually snuck away into the main atrium of the base of the Mage Tower, and where Empty managed to awaken this massive tree at the base. So we will come back to that in a few seconds. But for now, at the top of the Mage Tower, can you please let me know your marching order? The Minotaur, who is no more, is just at the entrance and is down. I don't remember who was next.
I recall saying that the bear was going to be last, so.
Yep.
I feel like the exam was near the end.
Alathar was probably
He was pretty close.
Like right. He was pretty close. He was like I think right after the Minotaur.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I think
Which
near him
way?
was
Wasn't.
Sorry?
sorry.
Oh no, I was letting you finish.
Torig was also near the front.
Right.
Like,
I need a Torig. Let me go grab a dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
there's
is
Graham.
the de facto leader of the mage tower in the absence of a good leader from the non-betraying kind. So there he is,
suppose.
just behind you.
Which way is
Yeah.
the?
I think I was about to ask the same thing as Timely, yeah. Where is the out?
Oh, right.
On this
Sorry,
map.
that's
Oh,
not.
sure.
I haven't drawn that yet. I mean, it's up here.
Okay.
Oh,
So I believe Shu was not like the very back because a lot of people wanted the back. So they were sort of middle-ish. But like I kind of feel like as soon as this cloud hit, like kind of all hell broke loose. Your survival instincts kick in and you just run. So I don't think that they're just hanging out in a cloud. It is a bolt for the door situation. So
Yeah. if you stay
exactly
in the
marching
room-
order might not super matter. It's really just initiative order at this point.
That's true. That's fair. All right. So let's just say you're all kind of clustered up there, in the back.
Yeah.
And that'll be good enough for now. So let's hear everybody's initiatives.
I think Isolde was toward the front, if I remember correctly.
I was thinking we might need to re-roll if we don't remember. I don't know if I wrote it down. I don't think I did. I should have.
I think
For initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, Isolde has. I just meant like her marching order. I think she's
Oh, I
toward the
see.
front.
Yeah.
She has.
pretty close to the front.
She has 25, and Frizzle has 15.
Nice. So Isolde with
Everyone is a
25.
4.
Sorry, what was that?
I got a 4.
Okay. Let's go down from 20, anyone over 20.
Shu got 20.
Okay. Anybody else?
Gex
All right.
has 21.
Gex has 21. All right. We might need to come back to you in a sec. All right. Somewhere between 15 and 20.
Alvathar is 15.
All right.
Jalen got 17.
All right. 10 to 15.
The bear.
Hilda got 14.
Sorry, what was the
Cranky
bear?
bear has 11.
Okay.
11.
Bear's 11. Who had 14?
Hilda.
Hilda has 14. All right. And 5 to 10.
Rook is 8.
Okay. That's low for Rook.
And
I know I rolled bad.
Empty has a 5.
And who had the 4 again?
That was Balin.
And Balin with 4.
Eli got a 1.
Oh no.
Graham has Graham has a 3.
Okay. And Graham. All right.
We're
I'm
well
gonna leave
spread
it.
out, you know.
I'm going to leave it up to everybody here to track your when you need to jump in. All right. And just one more quick little roll here on my part. Oh, all right. It's top of the order. Isolde. All of a sudden, this noxious smell is just permeating the room, rolling through. You can see the far end of the room hasn't been hit yet, but it's moved past your party and is beginning to approach the middle of the room. So
Right,
Isolde,
so-
what do you want to do?
I believe I got a nat 20 on my save last time. So my
Nice.
save on that was a 27.
Yep.
Am I impacted by it?
No. Oh, well, you took half damage.
Okay,
And I
but
believe
is
you already
it
took
like
it.
Okay, so is there any like kind of carryover?
If you stay in it, you will have to roll again.
Okay, so I would definitely get out.
So
of
do you want to
that.
run to the back of the room or out the door towards where you hear some sounds of combat?
And I don't see who like cast this or anything like that.
Unfortunately, no, you don't.
No.
Not yet,
surprising.
because you haven't left the room yet.
Right. So I will leave the room.
Sounds so casual when you say it like that. I'll just leave the room.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
I'm hoping I won't be alone. Do I see anybody?
Absolutely. The second you step out of the door, you see the half-orc. You recognize them. Wait, were you there? I'm trying to remember.
Nope.
All right, so you
No.
don't know who this is. It's just an angry-looking half-orc who is... Oh, by the way, you can see the noxious cloud now. It's kind of hazy, purpley,
Okay.
green.
Mhm.
Thank you. It's
Very
kind of
good.
pretty.
It
It
kind
is
of
very
is.
pretty.
Yeah, gotta love
It's like,
it.
you know, the way that gasoline is.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell who kind of is attacking who? Like,
Oh yeah, you
Can I
see the
tell
half-orc
who's
has
on
just
side?
cut the Minotaur across the throat. The Minotaur falls to its knee and is bleeding out. Talithar's reaching for their blade. And you see the Tabaxi behind is busy making motions like a spellcaster. And so is the little halfling cleric is also.
yeah. Now, I can't remember last time if I had done my blood right or
You
not.
did. It was all up and ready on
Okay.
your bow.
That's what I thought. Okay, so, and did I cast my spell? It's very hard to play a couple weeks later.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a bit.
It doesn't look like anything is marked off, so I'm gonna just say I cast Hex onto the half-orc.
Yep. All right. So that's your bonus.
And I'm gonna take 2 shots at him, trying to get him off of the Minotaur.
All right. Go for it. Make your rolls. On deck, we've got Gex, will come... Actually, sure. We'll keep it going with what Gex wants to do in order, just so I don't forget y'all. That means Gex and Shu are on deck. So Hex is cast.
So 11
11.
damage. Do you need a breakdown of what damage is what?
No.
Okay. So 11 damage total. And
Nice.
then my next shot will be okay again on him. Because I'm assuming he's fine.
Yeah, he's a big, beefy half-orc.
20 hit him.
20 does hit, yeah.
Okay. For another.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one sec. He's going to spend a reaction, and he just turns this massive battle axe and deflects your arrow
Okay.
on that last one.
Okay. So yeah, then I just want to double check one thing. I think
Sure.
I have my D4. Hold on. I always forget. No, maybe not. I really have to learn this character better. Yeah, no. Okay. I think we're good. That's all I can do.
All right, coming up next, Gex. So down below, Gex, you are in the atrium. You're holding on to Empty's shirt, making sure that Empty doesn't plunge over the edge of this little balcony that you're perched up on. And Empty has just made contact with the tree, and it's begun shaking and pulling its roots up. And the whole tower is beginning to shift as this tree begins to rise. So what do you want to do, Gex?
I I'll just set Empty down and say, "You okay? You gonna keep your feet on the ground right now?"
Thanks.
No.
Did we hear what's going on upstairs? I guess there's like commotion sounds, or no?
You're pretty far down, so probably you can do a perception check, but it's going to be really crazy hard
We
to hear.
did make perception checks, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think that might have happened. I don't know.
Can't remember.
It's
Okay,
several
so then-
floors away. So
Yeah. So then I'm
Right.
just gonna sprint back up there.
Yeah,
All
you go get everyone. I don't think we can leave bring everyone down.
Yep. Be right back.
This is everything I needed.
all right, so Gex begins to haul up the stairs. I'm just going to get you to do a athletics check to see how fast you cover that ground. No, actually, you knew that there was stuff, that there were people up there who could end up being in a fight. So I'm going to say you have an advantage
passed
on
them.
this. Yeah, you literally passed them.
You're like, oh yeah, those people. Yeah, I remember them.
You remember
Yeah,
Garrick,
because-
not Garrick's, not to be confused with Garrick's, the doppelganger. This is Garrick, because apparently I don't make up good names from episode to episode. So it's Garrick is the half-orc, and Garrick's was the doppelganger.
Yeah. Anyway, 26.
26, nice. All right, so you are going up the stairs real quick, covering, no problem. All right, coming up next, we got Shu. What's Shu gonna do?
He just starts running. He's just like, I'm gonna just go for the door and get out of here. This seems silly. So we just see him like loose shirt pulled up over his face, running, probably tears rolling down his cheeks. That's the kind of thing that happens when this gets in your eyes and mouth. And he's just running for the door. I do think that he's maybe a little slippery in a sort of like, I'm just running and ready for anything, but not in a like fighting way, but in a dodging way. So I think
Fair
I'm going
enough.
to dodge and run. If that
You definitely
seems
make our
appropriate.
way up past. You suddenly come, like, you brush past this minotaur that falls to their knees, and you look up in time to see the
Sorry.
the outcome of all of this, and then you see the enemy combatants waiting there. You still have your action and several more.
No
moves.
dodge. I'm gonna take dodge so that I don't get like completely blasted. But I'm just full moving and dodging.
I
So
forget.
not a
is
rush.
Is Shu a what class is Shu?
Ranger.
Ranger.
She's a ranger.
Ranger.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Shu-
considered doing a little like cheeky multi-class, but as you were saying, let's not get too complicated with these.
Shu's a Ranger. Okay. So
Ranger Rogue would
you've
have
got
made sense, but whatever.
You've still got about 10 more feet of movement, but that would put you in amongst them. Do you want to rush up on them, or are you good where you are?
Yeah, I mean, if we imagine the scene, right? Shu just starts running, and wherever the round ends is where he is, right? He's not like, I'm moving to this spot, because that's not how real world works, right?
All right.
So he's just like, what? Excuse me, what? That's like, just
Okay.
just making their way down.
Nice. Okay,
Maybe
so
they're
you
even
get-
a little bit actually slippery. Maybe the cloud kills condensated on their skin.
Ugh. It's just bubbling and
Slippery.
blistering. Ugh. All right. So you get
Not
pretty
exactly what I was
far.
thinking, but sure, yeah.
You get
those
right
are
up in
full.
amongst. You basically have to stop just before the Tabaxi and the Halfling because you can't stop in their space.
Sure.
But yeah, you get right up past the orc, half orc. All right, Jalen.
Mid movement. I don't, if you think
How
about it
much?
that way. Yeah.
How much movement? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying you kept me sort of like mid movement between the rounds, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right,
that's
Jalen.
awesome. Yeah.
Your turn. Where do you want to
Okay.
be?
Jalen's gonna move into the room.
All right. 5, 10, 15 gets you in the doorway, and you can see what's going on now. Jalen sees the Minotaur, who Jalen's known the Minotaur for years, probably.
Cool.
You still have you can keep moving like Shu did.
Yeah, it's not showing up on my screen. That's why.
Oh, right. You don't have the vision
Yeah,
yet.
we
Hold
can't
on.
see that.
Vision there. Anywho, I'll just move. Where is he, Elias, into the room so you can kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And is he able to get to the half orc?
Yeah, you can post up. You could even try to squeeze around the half orc to get behind them if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so
And
you
this
kind of
just
nudge
happens.
in next to Shu. You're gonna have to kind of go there, or the halfling is gonna take a. Actually, you could get in between them, with the halfling is like 90 degrees left and orc is 90 degrees to your right. But if you go any further, they'll start getting free swings at you.
Yeah, let's go with your option.
Just be aware the orc can't swing at you right now because he spent his reaction.
That's true, but the halfling can.
Halfling can.
Yeah.
The halfling's a mage. He swings like a. Just
And
saying.
a cleric.
Cleric. Oh.
And you can actually say that out loud. Oh, does Talithar know them? No.
No,
But
Talithar
Rook
does.
does.
So.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah, we'll go with the first option. So he like squeezes between them, and he's gonna swing at the half orc.
Nice, do it.
Cool. Okay, what's his stuff?
On deck, Talithar, then Hilda. Actually, Talithar, then some stuff.
Okay, and then that's not gonna hit. That's a 10.
Yeah, 10 does not hit as this half orc pivots and gets their guard up, sidestepping your swing. All right, you're level 5, so do you get another attack?
Yes, I do.
All right, take your second swing.
15 plus 7 is 22.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
2d6. So 7 plus 4 is 11.
Nice. Another 11 on Garrick. Takes a slash, but doesn't seem to be slowing down yet. Nice job. Coming up next. Anything else as a bonus, or are you good?
I'm good.
All right, Talithar. You see what's going on.
Okay.
The Minotaur is bleeding out from the throat, and the half-orc is just grinning.
Althar is pissed. And he... Oh, you have him right here. Okay, great. He is going to cast Fear in a Cone.
Fear in a cone.
Fear in a Cone.
Nice.
That's
And
the
it's-
32nd
It's basically going to get everyone to the left of him.
Ooh.
So the half orc, the two fighters, and everyone else. Just not anyone. So not anyone south of him.
All right, fair enough. You will have to take a step slightly to your in base to base if you want to get the halfling and the
It's a 30-foot cone.
Oh, it's 30 feet. I thought it was 15. Yeah, that's going to get them all. All right, Shu and Jalen, please roll. It's a wisdom save, if I remember correctly.
It's a wisdom save, difficulty 16. All of them.
That's difficult.
Oh. Well, nat 20.
I think
Yay.
I'm okay with being scared.
I'm scared of the paladin too. You should be. You should be.
Wisdom?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I rolled so well.
I don't think that rangers are proficient. That would be +3, so 14.
You are afeared.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Oh.
Do I get some free movement as a reaction?
Halflings made it. Garrick is not proficient. What's the DC again?
16.
So the halfling and the tabaxi. So the tabaxi rolled an 18. The halfling rolled a 17. The druid, who you haven't seen yet, rolled a 15, but it has bonuses, so also passed. But the half orc did not, with only a 14. So the half orc is afraid of you. You see the eyes kind of widen in fear as it kind of shudders a little bit, which is going to be my afeared one. This is my afeared.
And Talthar is now going to move, post up right there.
Nice.
And so the half orc has to take his, because it's fear, he has to take his action to dash, but he can't move.
All right. Yeah.
Because he's within my aura of conquest.
Oh, so he's just pissing himself. Quite literally. You can all smell it. All right. Sorry, which one of the players, NPCs, Jalen or Shu, is afraid?
Shu's afraid.
Shu's afraid.
I don't blame Shu. That's a scary paladin. All right.
Come behind us. Run! Run!
All right. Coming up next, some stuff happens. So, first of all, the afraid half orc has to spend its turn, but it can't move, right?
Correct.
So
he's
not sure where to go, and the only people in range are Jalen and Shu. Actually, could reach Talithar there. So he's afraid of.
No, he's using his action. He's using his action to dash, and if he can get out of line of sight, then he can roll to, because it's fear, third level.
Oh,
I know.
Okay, and he's not able to actually move,
so he can't use his action.
So he's just stuck. He's incapacitated.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, he's not incapacitated, but check it out. Fear. You project a phantasmal image of a worse fears. While frightened by the spell, creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns.
Unless there is nowhere to move.
Unless there's nowhere to move. But there is where to move, but his speed is 0.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's up to you how you want to roll.
Yeah, no, I think that's interesting. Because often
I think that's a paladin thing.
You must flee until you're backed into a wall, and then you can fight. Right? That's how most of these things are mechanically worded, and it's not. So, completely up to you, Todd.
Simply how you want to rule it, but
no, that sounds. While frightened, the creature must take the dash action, so he would try to move, and so here's what happens: the half orc knows not to run into that room, as the halfling mutters like, "Don't go in there. I'm bringing the poison." And the half-orc's like, "I can't run in there." And then he turns and looks at Talithar, is like, "Ah!" And just wets himself on the spot and just freezes. All right, he's locked down. All right. Nice job. Coming up next, now it's Hilda.
All right. I believe Hilda is definitely going to make a move towards the doors as well to just get into that space, because I'm pretty sure she can hear some commotion going on there too. Even though, yeah. Oh, wow, that's magical.
Yeah. So you go running out into the hall. You see the Minotaur is like beginning to fall over. It's like on his knees, just beginning to slouch, bleeding profusely from the slash across his throat. You see this half orc like poised with the giant battle axe, and you see the others kind of posted up there and doing their various spelling. What do you want to do? You still got another 10 feet of movement.
All right. That's the half orc, correct?
That is the half orc.
The one with the red top.
Yep.
Okay.
are you actually? Is the Minotaur still alive? Are you able to heal him, or is he just dead?
Maybe.
What do you want to do?
Is he on the saving throw? Oof. It's just slightly out of my range.
So it looks like from where you are, you can go after the half orc, or you could try to take a look at this Minotaur and figure out if that would help it at all.
Yeah,
The
why
choice is
not?
yours.
Let me try to use my medical skills
Nice.
gained from U of T.
You flash back to your class about triaging a patient. Okay. The Minotaur is still alive, but dying quickly. It's in death saves.
Okay.
Ooh, and just failed one.
Oh no.
So,
no.
what do you want to do?
Looking at would Revivify help that?
Actually, healing. Where did your person go? Oh,
You got lay on hands. You could just touch him and heal him.
If I remember correctly,
yeah.
Minotaur was at exactly 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong person. I'm sorry. So Hilda's got to be over here, and Talithar's got to be over here. So, do you want to lay on hands?
I will do a lay on hands.
All right. How many hit points do you want to give the Minotaur?
2. I got like Graham's page. Down
It's
a little bit
early
smaller.
in the game. I'm just saying.
Lay on hands. I'll give him 10 hit points. 10 hit points.
The wounds around the throat begin to partially close, stemming the free flow of blood, and the Minotaur kind of puts a big meaty hand on the ground and kind of takes this raspy breath in, but is still alive. All right, that's your turn. Unless you have any bonuses.
Bonus actions. Oh, the Minotaur's over here. Sorry. Let's see. Can I do another spell to just like bring him closer?
Only if it's a bonus action, unfortunately. Your action was to lay on
And a
hands.
can. Doesn't it also have to be a cantrip?
Oh yeah,
at
it
this
does
point?
have to be a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
because lay on
No,
hands is an
because she didn't
ability,
use a
it's not
spell. Yeah, she didn't use a
Yeah,
spell.
so you
She
can
just
do a
used her
spell.
ability.
Okay.
but only a bonus action spell.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have that.
Let's see. What is this? Yeah, nothing necessarily that I can do, but can I like hit the orc?
For a bonus action, unfortunately not. So I think you might be out for
okay.
now. We'll come back. All right, coming up next, Harnisa the Tabaxi, who you recognize from your giant battle, looks at the end of the room there and is just like, Now, she was a rogue, but as she makes a motion, she flings a hand towards you, and this little tiny speck of red blossoms and shoots across and impacts the back wall. Sorry, Elias isn't actually there. Elias is back in the room a little bit, which is good news for Elias, as this impacts just behind where Hilda is, and she yells, "Sorry!" as the fireball goes off, and it does a blast of flame out 20 feet from the back wall here. So I need Isolde, the Minotaur, and Hilda, and Jalen, and Shu to all roll dex saves.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention because I didn't think you were affecting me. How am I getting hit? Explain this to me, please.
Fireball streaks from the Tabaxi and hits this back wall and erupts in flame 20 feet out from there. So that's going to hit the Minotaur, Isolde, Hilda, the orc, or the half orc rather, Jalen, and Shu. It's also going to hit
themselves?
Torig and Rook. So
Are they going to hit themselves?
Anybody
Are they hitting themselves with a
is-
fireball?
It's 20 feet. Oh, the map's a little bit.
Weird.
Yeah, the map's a little odd.
Okay.
Also, fireballs fill space.
Anybody-
Which means it would actually go further, so they would definitely hit themselves. They wouldn't be using this in the situation unless they want to roast themselves. Do they want to do that or not?
I mean, hold on one sec. Let me see if I can fix
They
the
can roast
map.
themselves. I'm okay with that.
No. So here's how it goes. So it hits the very back wall, and then goes 20 feet, and so it would stop just shy of
And then the excess flame that has nowhere to go continues out. That's how fireball works, correct?
It's 20 feet from the spot of...
Yeah, it's 20 feet, yeah.
Yeah, so it would hit Shu, it would hit Jalen, it'll hit the half-orc, it'll hit Hilda and the Minotaur and Asterion. It'll also hit Torig and Rook, I believe, from where it is.
Do people get a bonus to their save because
because of the paladin-ness. So you get...
Yeah.
You actually get... Shu gets +8.
Yeah.
Is it 10 feet? So Jalen gets +8.
Yeah.
And the Minotaur gets +4. And Izzle gets +4. So go ahead and call it out.
19
Let me know if you
for
got
me.
19 is a success.
Sexy. 19.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shu's not afraid. Sorry, Shu, you're not afraid.
Sweet. I was like,
Aura of courage.
Cool.
Nice.
Aura of courage. I forgot. 10th level. Yay! 10th level.
Paladin. Yeah.
Because you're standing next to me. I was like, yeah, you're standing next to me, which means I'm gonna have my movement speed reduced to 0, and that's not good.
Yeah,
because
you can't be
next to me, you're like, I'm scary, but it's okay. It's me.
I knew I knew I had this planned out. Yes, you're not afraid.
Good.
Sorry. Yes.
Great. Excellent. Okay. I was like, I just have to stand here because you're next to me. You could have stood further back, but you didn't because it gave me a bonus.
No, I'm more of a munchkin than that, my friend.
8d6.
That checks out.
All right. So,
Okay.
by the way, Izzle, you passed your save. The
13 for
DC is
Jalen.
kind of low at only a 14.
God,
You said I got a bonus for some reason?
You get a +8 Shu because of all the paladins hugging you.
Ah, okay.
I'm
gotcha,
so
that makes
sorry for Jalen. I'm so sorry.
Off by
sense.
1.
And so it's 2 in that. Okay, so I'll put me at 18. Great.
18's a pass.
Rook has a 28,
Oh yeah, definitely passed. And Hilda?
and he takes
Got a 19.
0 because he's evasion.
He's evades. Can you go ahead and roll for Torig as well, Gordon?
Sure. Just so you know, with the Rook, you actually see him flicker, and he just phases, and the flames just pass through him. So he's not actually even dodging.
Nice. Oh, and only rolled an 8, so Garrick takes full damage. All right, so 25 is full damage, and
Garrett did.
let's
6.
call that 13 for half. So everyone who passed your save, mark down 13 hit points from the burst of flame. Except for
So
Rook.
the Minotaur
scary
rolled a
for
1,
him.
unfortunately.
Oh, the Minotaur is just like makes eye contact with Hilda and is like, "Thank you. I owe you a life, Jet." Blah! And then bursts into flames and falls as a crispy corpse, or at least dying again.
He's not dead. He's just dying again.
You only 18.
I mean, we just gotta keep going. Just gotta
Yeah.
keep going.
All right,
He's what,
You say-
-25?
14 is the
-15?
DC,
-15.
and that means you take 13 points of damage if you passed.
13? Okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was 13 or
All right,
18.
coming up next. Now it is Bear. Hey, Bear. What do you want to do? That's Steve.
Right. Well, it's going to do what he was built for and go into a rage because that
Nice.
seems sensible. And reckless attack. Probably who's in reach of him? See how far can he get?
That's an excellent
More
question.
the question is anyone out of reach of him? I
20.
think that's the real question.
So he'll be able to get it right next to the orc. What's his movement?
He
Probably 30, right?
Yeah, but I think he gets a bonus to that for some stupid reason.
Oh, because he's a barbarian. So yeah, he could run right past the orc and
his-
go after the halfling,
base-
or he can go after the orc.
Yeah, his base is 40 actually.
Yeah. So you could get next to the halfling if you want, or you could get next to the orc.
Whoever seems like the tougher one.
The orc seems bigger anyway.
So go with the orc, rage, reckless attack.
Nice, make your rolls.
Plus he can attack twice and gets a bonus. And has that character acted this turn yet?
Technically he tried to flee. So it has been his turn, yeah. But he couldn't, because he's pinned down by the love of a paladin.
My only question, though, is like... so he's taken a turn yet. Okay, that's fine, because otherwise I would get a surprise attack as well. But alright, so... Attack number 1 is... Oh man, I don't know his character sheet yet.
It's okay.
So that's 24 for...
24 hits.
Yeah, for 13 damage.
Whew, nice.
No, sorry, 15 damage.
Nice.
And then he'll use the bonus attack for the back end of his halberd, because that's a special thing.
You don't see the back end of my halberd.
Yeah, for another 6 damage. So what's that? 15.
Yeah.
6. And then he'll attack again, because I can.
Yep.
Why would I not? It's a 19 plus 7, so...
That's a hit.
Plus 8, whatever, 27. And then...
His AC is pretty high right now, because he spent the reaction to boost it. But other than
good
that...
damage on that one. So... Plus 5, 14, 16 damage on that. And then the back end of the staff is 3 plus 4, so 7 on that.
Alright.
And... I think technically that's it. Let me just double check.
All right, that is your bear as he's just raw. All right, coming up next, the halfling looks at the bear and is like, yes. Hold on, I should have planned this a little better. The halfling looks at all of the things coming in and waves a hand. And let's go with we'll keep it simple and go the halfling presses past. Ooh, he can't actually get there. Oh no, he's a halfling. He can move through enemy spaces. So he's gonna run up just kind of behind Jalen there. And then around Crank. Jalen.
Opportunity attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jalen gets an opportunity attack. Oh
no, Talithar too.
The bear gets opportunity attack anytime anybody enters his sphere of reach.
Oh,
Nice. You got that feat.
Anytime.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
it's
gonna
with
say,
advantage. Because he's
Alright.
raging.
so the halfling seems to think he's small enough to evade the worst of this and makes a terrible decision and goes running ahead to try and touch the bear, and in the process gets 4 opportunity attacks. So go ahead, Talithar, Shu, Jalen, and Crank. Make your swing. That was a silly move on my part, but I said it, so I'm sticking with it.
I don't think she's in a position to opportunity attack right now. I think, if I am honest with the fiction.
Sure. I accept it.
Jalen got a 23.
That hits. Go ahead and make your
Talithar got a
damage.
16. Actually, 17. I missed it.
Hold on, that's gonna be close. Hold on, let me check. 16 or 17?
17.
17 does hit. Just. All right, so the halfling goes running around, takes a bunch of swings. So go ahead and tell me the damage.
Can you, if you have Savage Attacker, can you reroll on your opportunity attacks? Or is it just melee?
I think you can reroll damage whenever you need to. So go ahead.
Okay.
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 Talithar does 10 damage.
All right.
And Jalen does 12. But he also has Sentinel, so that cuts the speed.
Oh, his speed is 0. He doesn't move.
He doesn't move. So he
Unfortunately,
moves a little bit. And okay, so here's what happens. He ends up.
Good job.
Jalen.
I wanted Crank to just annihilate him, though.
In order to make this happen, you're gonna have to scoot a little to your left, and I would give it to you for free because otherwise, mechanically, it just doesn't make any sense. So Jalen, you're gonna scoop up the halfling and like throw him back a space as part of your attack. Is that fair?
Yep.
All right. So
And I
he
guess,
doesn't
like-
actually get to touch Crank.
And I guess he has to roll concentration, right, for Cloud Kill.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you.
And you have to roll concentration checks for every hit.
Yeah. Okay. So he only takes attacks from Jalen and Talithar. He didn't get as far as Crank, though. So I'm sorry, Crank. That one does not go off. However, he instead hisses.
Crank, are you using the like bugbear rules, or are you just using like general rules and theming them as a bugbear? Because I believe bugbears get additional reach.
Yeah, he has.
And he's got a halberd, too.
He has additional reach as a bugbear and with the halberd. So
Right. So they only have to be within 15 feet of you to actually.
All right.
Yeah.
So you do get a swing. Go for it, Crank.
So yeah, I rolled a 27 for 11 damage.
All right. 11 damage. Okay, that was a terrible miscalculation on Turk's part. Instead, he reaches out and touches Jalen instead, or attempts to. So that's going to be, let me just see. That's going to be an 18 to hit Jalen?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
so
kind of,
he casts
kind
the
of touch is
spell
it?
on Jalen instead. And so Vampiric Touch hits Jalen at an increased level. So you are going to take... you're going to take a bunch of damage. So 10, 13, 20 points of damage. Necrotic damage, if that matters. And he's going to regain half of that. As he siphons the life out of Jalen. Fine then. And that's his turn. All right. That
Did he
kind
pass
of
all his con
I know it's
checks?
just-
Did he pass all his con checks?
he passed the first one, passed the second one with a
It
nat
doesn't
20,
actually matter.
and the
because
third one with a
Vampiric
16.
Touch is
So he's rolling high on
concentration.
all the cons.
Dropping the cloud kill anyway.
I'm sorry?
Vampiric Touch buffs yourself, so he can keep making Vampiric Touch attacks, but it's concentration. It's not.
Oh, is
It's
it?
not a one and done spell.
Oh,
So it
I
doesn't
thought
actually
it was a
matter
one
if
and
it is con
done.
save, because Cloud Kill's gone.
I
didn't know that.
I didn't
Well,
realize
there
that
you go.
either. I thought it was a single shot.
It's
That's
a cool
okay.
one. It's a nice one, yeah, because you can just like set it, and then you don't have to like spend spell slots. Not that it's relevant for NPCs; they can just burn all their slots in one in one fight. They don't have to. They don't
Yeah.
have to ration those things.
All right. Well,
But
I badly
players, yeah,
miscalculated with Turg. You guys are lucky. All right. Coming up next, Rook. What do you want to do, Rook? As you
Ooh,
phase
all right,
back into existence. On
Rook
deck,
phase back in.
empty.
I don't think Rook is in line of sight of everyone. Like, he's kind of hidden behind people. So he's going to bonus action stealth
Yeah.
and then move into a position to use his short bow. So I'm going to roll stealth first.
The whole tower is shifting and shaking slightly. Just tremors from the tree in the basement.
So he has not a great roll, but 20 stealth. Dirty 20 stealth.
All right. Midst of combat. That might do.
Music combat. He's kind of slinking by everyone.
Yep.
And then he's gonna post up near Hilda, and he notices like the enemies. He recognizes them.
Yes.
And but he doesn't reveal himself. And he just kind of quietly, as he sidles up next to Hilda, he just goes like this to them, and his eyes kind of almost become spectrally kind of like death-like, and he's going to activate Sharpshooter, and he is going to go. He especially sees Turg. He doesn't, and I think Turg might just have one eye left, and he's going to go for the other one.
That is canon. All right, go ahead and make your attack. If you do enough damage, I'll make him do a save to see if he loses his eye.
Okay.
But it's got to be a lot of damage.
Okay. Well, he's gonna. I assume that he's rolling with advantage.
Yep.
Since he's stealth.
Yep.
Okay.
Nobody had a passive higher than that.
Uh, 21.
21 hits.
Okay. Since it's a sneak attack, he is going to take, and it's a sharpshooter.
That silence is the calculating of damage. He's
going to take 30 damage.
Ooh, plus sharpshooter though, isn't? Or that's included.
That's included sharpshooter.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage. He's lucky he healed himself last turn. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. 30
But if he has vampiric touch concentration, he's going to take He has to do a con check, I think 15 to see 15 or something.
Yeah. Ooh, rolled a 17. Yeah, Turg is all about the concentration. The arrow just slashes across his brow.
Sorry, where is he located from Isolde? Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
I think so.
Or Turg.
Turg.
Turg is within 30 feet. He's about 15 feet from you.
Fantastic. I'm going to actually use my reaction then.
All right.
To Blood Curse. Use one of my Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Oh.
I will post it.
And how does that work
So he has to roll with disadvantage. Whoops.
All right.
Whoops.
Roll the 7.
I don't know why it...
And only has a +2. And I don't believe he's Warcaster. Let me double check. No. Oh, he is Warcaster. So it was a flat roll, but I did make a re-roll.
Wait,
but is it the DC 15?
Yeah, DC's 15. So he did fail.
Oh.
So,
sorry, it's not... Oh, sorry, it's for his DC, sorry. That's for his attack. My apologies. I had something else where I could give him a disadvantage on his con save.
Okay.
And I can't seem to...
I believe you. It's fun. So Turg is having a really bad day.
Muddled mind, but it's a bonus action. So I can't do it. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so he's still got
my bad.
Yeah, he's still got concentration going there.
Brooke is now going to so he sees his friends.
Yeah.
And they kind of almost like float over, and he's going to use Whales of the Grave. And they're actually going to attack one of the Tabaxi.
All right.
And so what other people, they just see kind of these spectral kind of dark forms flit about, and she takes straight damage, 3d6.
Nice. Go ahead
Necrotic.
and roll. Ooh. Just straight up? No.
Straight up. No nothing. Take 16.
Nice.
To the face.
So these things start to assail her, and she's what? Ah! And as she's flailing around, she knocks her hood back, which has been covering most of her head. And you can now see amongst her, wonderful, sleek fur. She's a beautiful Tabaxi woman. However, as the hood falls back, you now see the now familiar red, ruby-like gemstone encrusted and embedded in her forehead.
At seeing this, Rook will yell over to Eli, and there's Dispeller if you can.
All right. Coming up next, we have Empty Wisdom on deck as Balin.
Empty Wisdom is nowhere near any of this.
Not yet.
We got away from this cacophony.
The tree is standing there, and you hear this beautiful voice in your head in Druidic, calling out to you as it has been a long time. It is good to move again.
I'm gonna have to go get everyone. They should come down, or actually, can you go up?
And like Empty's looking up, like I don't actually know. I think I'll show you say that. Like I'm not really sure the geography of the tower. Can you reach up to where we were?
It is very far.
I don't know.
You guys came down like 7 stories or 6
everyone.
stories.
It's a big tree. I don't know.
It is, but not that big.
Cool. Okay.
It's probably about 4 stories tall.
Well, Gex is getting everyone. I can stay here with you if you'd like.
Come. Show me where I can help. And a large limb of the tree reaches out to form a platform for you to ride on.
Great. I don't know how I'm going to use this. If we're going through a tunnel in a tower, is that what's happening?
Well, you're up in a tree anyway, and the tree is now animated, so we'll see. You do see this massive window behind the tree, a beautiful stained glass surround, and almost crystal kind of shards with some clear panels in amongst this beautiful glass window behind the tree, letting the light in. But right now you see the raging storm, you see the battles, you see various townsfolks and even the guards of the city running around trying to fight off these cacophony of monsters. You see a chimera come and tackle this wagon that's going down. The wagon flips over. The guy and the wagon tries to get away, and one of its heads snaps out and scoops him up and just starts chewing. You can see these Reaper-like creatures just kind of phasing through the buildings and then come flying back out a few seconds later. The whole town is under massive attack.
Oh, it's not what I wanted to ask you for help with, but maybe we should help them? Gex will be a minute. We could help them.
It's good that you called. Let's help. And the tree turns and smashes through the window, and the crystal and all the stained glass shatters as this tree rips out the bottom of the wall as well and just steps out into the street, just kind of cradling you so you don't take any damage as it pushes its way out of this building. It has to duck slightly and comes up to its full height outside, its massive roots just clawing into the cobblestones and tearing them up as it goes.
This can only end well. This can only be a good thing.
So the tree and Empty are outside in the street fighting a cacophony of monsters. Okay, there you go. You have commanded it to help the city. Good call. All right, coming up next, Balin.
Yeah, so I'm not totally sure what I want to do. I was thinking of trying to transmute rock to mud and dropping everybody through the floor, but there's a number of my allies out there right now, so I'm not sure if that's the greatest move. Although I'm not sure how much control I have over that rock to mud, if it's just a general area or if I can kind of like make a pattern with it.
I'd make you do an Arcana check, but I think you could shape it a little bit. Because
Yeah,
that's
okay.
cool, god damn it.
Alright, Arcana. Not very good, unfortunately. That's a 9.
Okay, so you can choose where to center it effectively, but it's just going to be the whole radius to mud. So where do you want to put it?
Let me just double check that.
I vote, well, I'm going to let you decide.
Problem is, it's like a 40-foot cube. That's gonna hit like everybody.
Yep.
God damn.
Are you doing it?
We're all going.
No,
Don't do it.
If I can't figure out a way to like, not kill the entire party, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I don't think it'll kill everybody. It's 48, but still.
What the fuck?
I mean, I'm down to clown if you are. You can just pick the center spot of your 40-foot cube, and I'll draw it in, man.
No, I'm not gonna be that mean.
Half the tower just sloughs off. That's an exit. I'm just saying. That is an exit.
I think what I'm gonna do, so I'm just trying to. All the ones with blue circles around them, for the most part, are allies, right?
Yeah.
The orc is not.
Oh, right.
I'm just trying to figure out who the nearest bad guy to me is, because I used an absorb elements when I got hit by that cloud of acid, so I figure I can just get one good melee attack in with that bonus damage from that.
Yeah, you could run up just past the Minotaur there and post up next to the orc if you want to.
He's actually the one who kind of killed the Minotaur, right?
It is.
I like that, yeah. A little bit of a revenge shot. Okay.
All right. Balin, readies your axe and charge up.
I can't move my guy past the barrier for some reason.
I'll drag it. Oh, wrong button.
Cool thing. Okay. And then, an attack with my hammer.
All right. So you run up past and go ahead and attack with your hammer. You got the extra acid just dribbling off of
21.
That's because of the flank, I'm going to get you advantage.
Nice.
That would not hit because of his earlier action.
Well, 22 then.
22 does hit.
Okay. And then, wow, that's max damage 13. And then I think it's 1d6 acid for
do it.
Right?
Considering the
and then 3 points acid damage.
How many? 2?
3.
Oh, 3. Nice. Considering the sheer amount of damage that this orc has taken from you, you're surprised he's still standing. He's actually looking a little bit harried now, but he is tough, and you can see the foam and blood dribbling around his mouth as his eyes are totally bloodshot. He is raging, so he's not taking full damage on some of these. Spell effects and such he is, though. All right, nicely done. Coming up next, we've got Graham and Eli.
Ooh.
Okay. We also have Bella's other character.
Frizzle?
Oh, Frizzle. What was Frizzle's initiative?
15.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize Frizzle was up there. Okay, sorry. Frizz.
No worries.
The Frizz with a 15. Okay. But let's do Graham. Let's do Frizzle right now.
Okay. She's going to. I can't see her now. All of a sudden, she's blacked out. But
weird.
She's somewhere here.
There you go. You should.
There she is.
I didn't have vision turned on for all of these.
Okay. She's gonna run. Why can't? Come on, let me move her. What the fuck?
There you go. Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna let you go out the door unless I drag you through the door. There you go. All right, the Frizz finally gets out the door.
Yeah. This is Turg?
That is
no.
Jalen.
Or this is Turg.
Jalen.
This is Turg.
This is Turg.
Turg, is this one right here with the little green dot.
All right. She's gonna come right here to Turg, and two questions. They're the same question, two different characters. Is Turg wearing any armor, and is the half-orc wearing any armor?
I believe
either of them
Turg
wearing
is
any
wearing armor. Let me just double check what kind. Yeah, Turg is wearing a scale mail.
Beautiful. That is metal.
It is. It's all metal.
That is
metal.
It is. Yeah. So, She is going to...
Turg's bad day is what this is about to be.
It's about to be a very bad day. She is going to do a Burning Hands. He's Dex 14.
All right. I will rollinate that. That is a 12 plus nothing. So that's a fail.
So I believe that's 13 fire damage.
Ooh, nice. Oh, Turg is heated. Oh, actually, the druid behind also needs to save.
Yes, right, because Burning Hands goes through.
And actually, if you aim that just right, you'll be able to get Harnisa too.
Oh,
so the druid does save.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm gonna aim it.
And okay, so 13, and Harnisa probably will save. Yeah, she saves, so she gets half of that, so it's 7.
Okay.
All right, so the flames burst out in front of Shu, past Shu and Frizzle. All right, and singe your enemies. Nice job. Okay, coming up next.
Yeah.
Now it's Graham and then Eli.
Woo! All right. So Graham, I guess joins the party. That's just down the hallway.
Goes
right
running
now.
out. So that's now. Unfortunately, Graham was right at the back, or very close to the back. So it's going to be really hard for Graham to find a spot to stand in here. If you want to slip past Balin, you can get in behind the orc up here. Oh, hold on. Wait, it's half orc on half orc.
It's half orc on half orc action.
We just need to stop the hate.
And he is going to do a greatsword attack.
Nice.
Upon the half orc.
As Graham is swinging,
26.
you can. Oh, that's a hit. As you're swinging, Graham, Garrick turns towards Harnisa. Is like, these wimps are tougher than I remember.
Yes, definitely. There are more of us this time.
How much damage?
Let's take a look. 11 damage.
Nice. And that's half. Because rage.
Rage, yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Alright. That is awesome. Do you get a second swing? I think you probably do at 5th level.
Yeah, I can take another attack. Let's go. Another great sword swing. Oh, 19 though.
That's a miss, as the half-orc is just a whirling, sidestepping, just monstrosity. This, Garrick. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Eli, what are you doing?
Cool. Quick question. Would Eli be able to cast Counterspell or use his portent if he was in the ethereal realm?
I'm going to say no. Unfortunately not.
Okay.
You have to be on the plane where your spell is going to take effect.
Cool. All right, so Eli's just going to go in there. He has his boots of levitation, so he can hopefully maneuver a bit easier.
Sure. And you get in the door, you're kind of next to Isolde there. The Minotaur is down again.
And he's just gonna... He heard what Talithar said, but I feel like he can't do that right now. So he's going to...
Technically, it's within range. Dispel magic, range is 30.
Oh, he's more concerned about living than getting this spell off for Talithar.
Fair.
So he's gonna try and whittle things down a bit. So he's gonna... that's gonna be a firebolt at the half-orc.
Nice. All right, go ahead and make your attack. The nimble, well-armored half-orc, mind you.
That's a 26.
26 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. And at your level, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And because it's fire, it is not reduced.
17.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Hold on. Ooh, the half-orc is looking pretty rough. As the flames just blast him in the back. All right. Anything else, Eli? You're just standing ready to rock.
Just want to make sure he's like floating like 5 feet in the air, just so like no one could hit him if they come up to him.
Well, I mean, they can swing at you at 5 feet, but the room actually goes up to 20. So if you want to use your movement to go up like 15 feet, then they'd have a hard time hitting you.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. I don't know which one of these things that's going to be, but I'm going to click that one just to remind me that you're floating up in the air. All right. Top of the order. I know that took a while. Let's go down the list. Oh, wait. One more thing does happen. So the druid is going to cast... I'm going to say the druid, which is looks like a dog here, but actually kind of morphs back into this scruffy, terrible-looking human, looks at Talithar. Talithar, I'm going to need you to do a wisdom save, I believe.
Okay.
How'd you do?
19.
19 is a pass. Not by a lot, but it is a pass. So there's a moment when you see this dog, you're like, aww. And then you're like, no, bad dog. So you shrug off the spell effect.
Do I know, was it trying to fear me, or?
It was trying to make you love it.
Aww.
Perhaps at the expense of your friends.
Would that
trying to charm you.
Would I not have advantage on that then?
You totally would, but you passed anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then the doggy is gonna do just a. Oh wait, no, that's not a. Oh, okay, that's it. That's it for doggy. All right, now we're top of the order. Isolde, Gex is on deck.
Actually, I also wanted to just a little bit of housekeeping. Did Turg and if any the other two that took damage from my burning hands,
right.
If they had any concentration spells, they need to make saves.
Turg did manage to get the save with a 15.
Okay, I didn't see it, so
no,
I
I just did it now.
Okay.
It's all good. So still concentrating on that vampiric spell. All right.
Okay.
Good call.
Isolde,
good call. And Harnisa is not maintaining a spell at the moment. She did Fireball.
Mm-hmm. So,
right. Isolde, what do you want to do?
As a bonus action,
mm-hmm.
I am going to actually now cast my Muddled Mind onto Turg.
Nice.
I'm going to amplify it.
Oof.
So he now has disadvantage on all con save throws made to maintain concentration until the end of my next turn.
Nice. Now he normally is a warcaster, so it'll just be a straight roll.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I took his advantage away.
Absolutely. All right, so now what? You still have your action.
I have to first take some damage.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Blood Maledict.
Awesome.
Max damage.
I did max damage on myself. That's just okay, awesome. It's better than it used to be. And then, so then I will turn my sights again to the half-orc who's hexed.
Yep.
And I'm going to
He's about 10 feet away from you as you're kind of perched up in the doorway there.
Mm-hmm.
The big guys surrounding him.
I'm going to yeah. I'm going to attack him.
Sure.
Knowing I'm not doing as much damage, but that's okay.
Ooh.
That's
Nice.
22 for
22 hits. Just.
okay for 15.
Nice. Does take half, but still.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
And then with that one, I'm gonna attach, I believe, the brand of castigation onto him.
All right. Go for it.
And if he then hits anybody, I'm actually going to get up closer to Balin, who's right next to him. Yeah. I'm within 5 feet of Balin. These squares are really effed up.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he deals damage to me or Balin, he will take 5 psychic damage.
Nice.
From that, and I will then, and I always know where he is, not that that matters with him, but I will hit him again.
All right, go for it. Ooh, 22 again.
That's a shitty. For 7.
All right.
Reduced to 3.
Yep.
But
Ooh.
whatever.
He's hurting. He's bleeding from all the slashes and burns, and he's looked back, and underneath he's like, God, fear still in his eye. And he's like, we gotta pull back. All right, that's your turn. Thank you, Gex. You're hauling butt. You're on the way up. You're over halfway. You were on the 5th, and you're going to the 10th. Actually, do me a favor. Roll a D8, Steve. I can't hear you if you're talking. There you are.
Microphone. I have rolled a 2.
A 2. All right. So you're like, I gotta make 5 floors. You're running up. Did the athletics check. You're going good. You suddenly screech to a halt as you're beginning to go up to the 3rd flight that you've gone up, which bring you to level 8. You got 2 more to go, and you realize, wait, I hear the sound coming from down there on this, just on the what would be the 7th floor. And you're like, because you rolled for Mage Tower Madness, and so it's now only 7 floors. So now you go back down and run out, and you are where you are on the map right now. Boom, you pop out. You can see, you can, if you have anything that can do, like, you're about 30 feet away as you pop up on the stairs, still looking like a servant. You're 35 feet away from. Actually, you know what? I said it. I'll stick with it. You're 30 feet away from the druid at the back of the pack. Everyone else is beyond that. 35 and so on. Anything you can do, you can choose to do, or you can bonus action dash or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think he'll dash in there and do an attacky
Nice.
attack.
All right. So who do you want to attack?
Let me zoom in and look at.
I think your move is more than 30, isn't it? Or is it just base 30?
His is 30.
Okay, so you can get up next to the druid, the doggy, who's like half human, half dog kind of looking.
So then I'll do the old.
Mm-hmm.
And do I have? Who is? If I have allies within range of me?
I'm gonna say go ahead and do a stealth check at disadvantage because you're like sprinting.
Oh, good stuff's here. These people just attacked us.
11. So 23.
23 will be fine. In all the mayhem, the druid does not notice you approach, even though Shu notices you and goes, "Good, an acolyte's here." All right, so you get advantage because you're stealthy-ish.
So yeah, he's gonna do inflict wounds on it, which is 15 plus, so 21.
21 hits.
For 8 plus 6, 22.
I love that Gex, the old man Goliath's main attack now is just a stern, hard finger in the back of the neck. You forego all weapons. That's a house rule. We allow inflict wounds for sneak attack because he can just poke you where it hurts.
Yeah, so it's 38 necrotic damage altogether.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage. Damn.
Still up, but just realized how badly hurt that he was. Nicely done. Yeah. Okay, coming up next, we got Shu, followed by Jalen.
So, considering how combat rounds work, right, this is just sort of a continuation of Shu's running. They would never have actually stopped. That would be ridiculous.
Right.
And they're just like, pardon me, and they're just going.
All right.
They don't really seem to have reason not to do that. Although it's, tell me how much leeway you're going to give me with the idea of. Mechanically speaking, disengage would be a smart thing to do. Do I think they're going to attack me as I go by?
I mean,
right? So I will disengage.
Minotaur that you knew for the last 5 years just got executed by them. So they are definitely hostile.
Well, I know they're hostile, but they seem to be a bit preoccupied with people who are actually attacking them, who is not me. But like, it's one of those,
welcome to not.
Somebody goes to turn to attack me. If they do, I'm dodging out of the way. But it's not a dodge action. It's just it's a reactive disengage, if that makes sense.
So I'm gonna say you're gonna have to use you realize that's gonna happen, and you use your action to disengage, and then you can do your move as just regular.
Yep. So they just sort of flip through and wibble their way across, and they probably skid to a halt at this point now that they've got some distance, and they turn to look, and they're like, I have no idea what's going on here. Probably, I guess, technically speaking, you get a free item interaction. They will start to sling their bow into a properly equipped position.
Nice.
But in a very, I am grabbing this to defend myself, carry on with what you're doing, I don't want to fight if I don't need one, kind of
Absolutely.
way.
All right, so you ready the bow. Coming up next, Jalen. Yeah. I'm looking for you.
Yep. Jalen's just gonna unwind on this woman who tried to kill him, so...
It's actually a little half-orc, it's just the wrong icon. But yeah, or halfling, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Halfling. Unless you want to step up and go for the Tabaxi.
Nah, he has a vendetta with her right now.
All right. Technically, Turg did siphon your life force, and you felt it.
Yep. So that's a 16.
16 just hits.
Cool. I was supposed to roll 2. Okay, so it's 10 plus 14 damage on the first one.
Ooh, nice.
And that's gonna hit then.
Wait, sorry, did you say 14?
Yep.
Go ahead and describe how you end Turg.
It's very quick. Like after he feels that the kind of his life force draining from him, it's almost like the scene in X-Men where like Wolverine wakes up and just puts his claws through Rogue. Like as soon as he feels that effect kind of drain off of him, he just bisects her.
Nice. Turd goes down. All right, nicely done. Coming up next, we have...
As Turg goes down, sorry to jump in.
No problem.
As Rook sees Turg fall, he just instinctively goes whew, and uses reaction, and a coin appears in his hand with the face of Turg on it.
Nice. All right.
And he pockets it. He pockets it next to the coin with the Naga face.
You just reach out. It's like the coin trick where you reach out and the coin is just there in your hand. Nice. All right.
He's also
cool.
going to really quickly use Second Wind because he needs health.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Yep. And the Frizz. You're next. On deck, Frizz, then Talithar.
Okay. This time, Miss Frizzle is going to... So Turg just went down.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to flank with Gax.
Sorry, didn't mean to. Okay, yep.
And she's going to... whoops.
So you step up next to the sorcerer?
Hand axe, yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to use her hand axe. And first attack.
Ooh, that'll hit. Sorry, are you going after the druid or the tabaxi? The dog or the cat?
The dog.
Okay.
I should be flanked with Gax.
You are. You have advantage, but you hit with 22 anyway. You can go for the crit if you want.
Well, go for the crit. Yeah, no.
Not with a 2.
Not with a 2. And how is she looking?
The dog is looking pretty rough. Took a hard hit. You can see the black veins of and streaks and like rotting fur as a bunch of it just drifts off on the back of this half dog creature. It looks hurt. It's a little over bloodied if you follow such things.
Okay. So she's going to use one superiority die to do a distracting strike. That damage was an 8 plus another 6.
Nice. 14
and
points.
Then if it is still alive.
Yep, it is.
Next when, like, if it stays alive by the time Gex's turn, Gex will get advantage.
Nice. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Frizz. Talithar.
I get one more.
Oh, you get one more. Sorry.
I get 2 actions.
Yeah, well, that's right. Sorry.
Or 2 attacks.
I Gorfet these things.
Actually, I get 3 attacks, but so That's another 13 for 7.
13 does not hit the AC.
Okay, and then...
Although have advantage, so go ahead and roll for it.
Right. Shoot. I keep forgetting
I
have advantage.
Boy, Talithar locked
and
him
I'm
down
the one
there.
who gave myself advantage.
You did.
And I forget
gotta
it.
say, if that half-orc was still swinging because Talithar locked him down hard, it might have been a different story right now. I'm just saying. Oh,
Right
another
on, double
13 does not help
13s.
you. So, the doggy
Yeah, no.
lives to fight another day. All right. Talithar, you're up. Or you said you have 3 attacks.
As a bonus action, I can do that offhand, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I don't think I have to. I don't think I can.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Talithar. What do you want to do?
So Talithar sees the tabaxi. She's relatively unhurt, though, right?
Mostly. She did take a bit of damage.
But like, okay, so he's going to bonus action cast Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And attack.
Make your rolls.
Okay. First attack. Sorry, let me just check his plus to hit. First attack is for 15. I don't know if that hits or misses.
15 misses. She is
Okay.
nimble.
Ooh, 14. So he missed both attacks.
She just sidesteps. Well-practiced roguery is keeping her out of your swinging range, unfortunately.
Okay, that's it for him. He's just going to maintain his lock.
All right. You don't want to drop your concentration for some reason? No?
No, that's okay.
You sure? Okay. All right, coming up next. That was Talithar. Coming up next is Garrick, and he can't do a lot. He can't... So explain to me why he can't move away.
Because of Aura of Conquest.
Right.
As a paladin of conquest, if a creature's frightened of me, its speed is reduced to 0 while in the aura.
That is vicious. Vicious, sir. Locked
If they
down.
wanted to release him, they should have dispelled the fear or do something like that, but he's locked.
Yep, he is locked in. I'm going to say he's not able to move away. He's under extreme attack. I will say he is. I'm going to say he still has his reactions, not his action. So he is going to use his reaction. Can he do this? He calls out to Harnisa. He's like, I can't move. I'm locked down. Get us out of here. And that's his turn. But he's readying an action. All right. That is his turn. Coming up next, we've got Hilda.
Okay, so I'm just imagining the Minotaur.
Sorry, what was that?
I just feel I have the Minotaur's hand in mind. You know, I was just like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and then the fire singes past us, and
Now,
I'll
roll the death save. He just failed another one. What do you want to do?
Does he get a bonus to death save because?
Straight roll, I'm afraid.
Oof. Okay.
It's up to you, Timon. What do you want to do?
Cat. Is he at a negative 15 at the moment? Because
He's at 0, but then he went back down again. after he was up to 10, and then the fireball roasted him.
Mm-hmm. So he's back just like at 0. You don't go negative, right?
Right.
I'm gonna lay on hands one more time.
Okay. All
We're
right.
gonna fix you. Come on, don't go.
All right. So you drop how many points into him?
I'll just put another 10 points into him.
Another 10 points. His singed, his burnt fur, and he opens his eye, and one eye's all crusted shut, but the other one opens up with his large bovine eye, looks at you, and is like, "Oh."
Maybe at this point I
Did we
should let you
win?
die. Calm down. We will. We're not there yet, but we will.
Nice. All right. That is your turn, unless you want to move somewhere.
Well, I don't know. Like, what happens if something else happens? Here, maybe I will move. Yeah, why not? I'll move to right here. No, not there.
Yeah, the only place, if you go past the half orc, you could stand like over here, just past the half orc, or you can kind of stay put where you are. It's your choice.
I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to move to right past the half orc.
All right. So you can move through to here, and it doesn't provoke because you didn't move out of the range. So you're okay where you are without getting swung at.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, we got Harnisa. Okay, so Harnisa looks at Talithar and hisses, and then she dodges. She's going to try to acrobatics over Hilda, and over Hilda. That's going to be real tough. She's going to try to go over Hilda, land in Garrix's space. So that's going to provoke from Frizzle. So Frizzle gets a free swing at Harnisa, if you want it.
Yeah.
All right, make your roll.
Of course she wants it.
And you do have advantage because technically Graham is kind of providing a flank there. It's a very crowded space as she's kind of moving through. 21 will hit. Yep, that hits. All right, so she takes how much damage?
5.
All right, she takes it. And then she just runs into and basically tackles Garrick as she cries out, and her voice makes this incredibly loud, like sound as she casts Thunderstep.
Counterspell. Counterspell.
Anybody?
Someone's muted.
5, 4,
I
3.
I got the spell. Is the spell enough? Is the spell enough?
Just to know if it's bad or not.
Dispel.
Which way is she moving?
Dispel won't do it.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
You have to use a reaction. Counterspell. Dude.
Okay, counterspell then.
Who's? Balin?
Yeah.
All right, it is a 3rd level spell, so your counterspell matches it and just shuts it down.
Am I right on? Yeah, sorry guys, I literally don't know what Thunderstep does because I'm still pretty new to 5th ed, so it's...
All right.
It's a teleport that makes an explosion. Yeah.
So
basically, they would get away, and we would take all damage. It's bad.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So she gets shoved as Garrick kind of can't. She can't stay in his space. But for a second, when they make contact, she was going to Thunderstep. But instead, she doesn't go anywhere. They lock eyes, and he kind of pushes her to the side and braces with his shield, and she crams in just next to Balin up at the top corner there, just barely fitting into this space. All right, Balin, shut that down. All right, well done. And she just growls like at Balin. All right, or hisses. All right, that is her turn, I think. Let me just double check. Yep, that's her turn. So she is going to, you know what? 5, 10, 15. She's going to bonus action disengage. No, she's good where she is. She's going to stay right there. Okay. All right, coming up next. Shut that down, man. I was so looking forward to that. That was her. Bear, then Rook.
So he'll try to do more damage to Orky Boy there, because he's still not dead yet, right?
No, he's still up. Go ahead and swing. You have advantage.
I have advantage whether he likes it or not. Ooh, so that's a nat 20.
Oof, this is going to be painful.
Yeah. 4.
Nice. Oof.
15. 3.
I'm just going to let you calculate this because it's fun.
Yeah, so that's 18. 22 damage on that one. And then tap number 2. Oh, not 20. I'll just take that again. Holy shit.
Okay, so here's what happens. First of all, describe it. The first shot drops him.
They're both 22 damage. Holy shit.
All right.
So 45 per again.
So here's what happens. Crank just unloads into the half-orc. The first swing, you see his eyes roll back in his head, and he falls to one knee, and he takes this deep breath. And he's got the half-orc resilience, so he just pops back up. And then the second shot just right in the face, and he drops back down to 0 again. He is busy. He's down.
Yeah, so I kind of imagine him as like taking he does this like whole swing, hit with the back end, sees him drop and pop back up and kind of goes, and then just does it again.
If at first you don't succeed, hit it again and again and again and again. All right, okay, that is Garrick. And that is Bear. Rook, followed by Empty. What are you doing? You see the half-orc drop.
Rook kind of sees the tabaxi, because she's kind of in the line of sight. And he kind of like... There is that look of recognition, but at the same time, just with everything that's at stake, he posts up and the eyes, like the dead eyes, kind of come back, and he does sharpshooter on her.
Nice.
So he's going to use bonus action for steady aim.
She's one-time member of the same Thieves Guild you came up in.
Yeah.
And you lock. Make your rolls.
So it's with advantage, but activating sharpshooter.
Sorry, what is it that gives you advantage? Being stealthy?
Bonus action.
Okay. Sure.
Steady aim.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's fair.
I'm not moving. Yeah. Roll same number both times, 20.
Nice. That is a hit. It wouldn't have been if the orc was up, but it was a hit.
And she takes 41.
Oh, damn. Ay. All right. Oh. Describe it, sir, as you just lock in and take her out.
He just kind of like, he has that kind of like as he kind of posts up just before he just after he draws with the dead eyes and just lets go, going right for the gem, and just hits right through the gem. And as he sees it's kind of like almost like a kill shot, he just signs "Be seeing you."
Oh, I love it. So what happens is the arrow hits the gem, but instead of pulling it out, it drives it in, and it actually goes out the back of her skull 4 inches, and the arrow has driven it through, and she sees you sign it, and she just kind of freezes for a second. Her body gives this twitch, and she locks eyes with Rook for a moment, and then just slumps against the wall. I want you to roll a d10 for me there, Rook.
Okay. A 10.
All right. So she slumps against where the wall would be, but it's one of those open mage windows. She had a 20% chance, a 9 or a 10. So she just falls backwards out into the night.
As she's falling, I use my reaction, and coin appears with her face on the soul ticket.
Yep, you're just collecting new friends.
And I wails of the grave, the doggy.
And the doggy takes 16 again, or
rolled 3d6, half my sleep.
All right.
11 damage, necrotic.
The doggy's like, and it like rolls over, exposing its belly and its neck. It's like, it's like mostly human face. All right, that is Rook's turn. Empty, you are outside, and that tree is now attacking the Chimera, scoops it up and throws it about a block away.
Yeah, so Empty is somehow probably like worked into the like some crevice in bark, honestly. Probably not actually in the hand so that their hands are free or armed. Like, maybe they have multiple. They're a tree. They have plenty of branches. Never mind, it's irrelevant. But they are in this state where they're sort of like trying to go into a calm, and the astral wisdom is like layered over them. At the end of the last session, we actually talked about how Empty and Wisdom are like both conscious at the same time right now. It's when they started communicating with the tree, they sort of both became conscious simultaneously, which hasn't really happened before. Right. And through the astral projection of Wisdom over top of Empty, they can pierce through the darkness of the night, like with extra dark vision, but also are able to broadcast their voice much louder and pierce through the healing winds and everything. And so, even though they're not in a position to be fighting, we hear Wisdom's voice coming from Empty, directing people, like civilians in the street, being like, go to the Mage's Tower, it'll be safer in there, behind us, and just like using this position not to fight, but to direct the crowd and hopefully save as many people as possible.
Absolutely. Can I get you to do a either I think this might be a persuasion check.
Yeah, that would make
such
the
a
most
leadership
sense.
thing. But
I'm going to argue for intimidation, even though that's silly.
It's a terrifying treat.
Specifically, right. Well, the thing is, I want to code the intimidation not as like scaring, but like I am giving you an order.
It's like
I am
command.
I'm simply telling you what to do. I am not like I'm not being nice about it, right?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll intimidation.
So I think that works, and I get advantage from my mask of the astral self. So I will do that. Although I don't think I'm like proficient, because why would I be proficient in intimidation? That's a 15.
15's not bad. So people begin to respond. The chaos And they see this massive tree, and then they see you up in this tree, almost.
And I am,
floating.
to be clear, I am using the mechanical amplify your voice to 600 feet.
Absolutely. So the whole area, people are starting to see this symbol of the Mage Tower, which is now the tree itself, plus Empty Wisdom floating in amongst this tree, suspended with it as though riding and commanding it. And people from all around begin to see this as a beacon and understand that they are to escape into the Mage Tower if they can. And some of the city guard begin helping up an old man nearby, and like 3 kids are pulling their injured dad along the street, and they're all hustling in towards the Mage Tower. You probably just saved a bunch of lives as the tree steps in front of them for any obvious.
To this, not that I get extra action or anything, but like I feel like there's this interesting sort of split mindset between Wisdom and Empty right now, where Empty is very, even though she does care about saving all these people, don't get me wrong, but she's very focused on the tree itself and trying to, from a druidic attunement standpoint, monitor the health of the tree, and is in a position where she is like ready to start healing and stuff as necessary if it happens. So there's sort of this like two tracks in the mind. I don't think there's any action I'm taking, but I am like thinking about, okay, let's keep tabs on the vitals of the tree. If they start to get too hurt, we might change tactics or also healing, that kind of thing.
Nice. Essentially, you're running a treant.
Right. Yes, you're right. As a druid, I'm not going to be fighting, but I am going to be like making sure that it can fight as well as it can.
Absolutely. In fact, I would even take it as the aid action. So.
Oh, that sounds cool. I'd like that.
Yeah. All right.
Because
cool.
I'm perfectly willing to say that directing people is an action. That is not something you simply do as a free action.
Especially with
that's
the
also
big voice.
We're also just kind of narratively doing this downstairs scene. We're not going to stat out the fight with 15 chimeras or whatever.
No,
we're just sort of like,
and like
put in effort
reapers
to
and
save
stuff.
people.
Yep.
People are saved.
A lot of people just got their marching orders. All right, Balin, cool. Then Graham.
Okay. So I assume there's some kind of light source that's lighting the thing on the walls here, right?
Yeah. There's little torches, sconces. There appears to be only one enemy who's still around, and he looks like he's submitting.
Yeah, there's only one guy, and he looks like he's surrendering.
It does look that way.
Okay, well, just to make sure he's really surrendering, I'm going to cast Earth and Grasp on him then.
Nice. What kind of save is that? Or is it an attack? I always forget.
It does damage, but there's also a save to restrain him. Where is it? Looks like a DC 14 strength.
All right. Not the strongest of beings, and only got a. Yep, it restrains as the stone of the floor reshapes as this into these fingers that just grab around the doggy.
Yeah,
and
takes
pin
9
it to
damage
the floor.
from that too.
And crushes it to death.
Okay.
Unless you want it to be non-lethal.
I'd like to bring him to 1 HP if possible.
You can knock him to 0.
Yeah, okay.
But not
I want him
dying.
interrogatable.
Yeah. Right. So he is on death's doorstep, knocked out. That is the end of the combatants. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. So a couple of things happen. You see the whipping winds outside, and you see the kind of storm clears for a little while, and you see, looking out of the window a little ways down, probably like 6 blocks away or something, you can see the tall ships of the harbor. One of the tall ships leans over and disappears beneath the waves, and these roiling tentacles can be seen at that distance. And then you see the head of this terrifying sea creature press up, and the tentacles spread out over land and begin pulling itself up, knocking over several sheds and docks along the way as this massive kraken creature. Behind it, you see more tentacles like at a distance, it shouldn't line up. It looks like there might be more than one in that harbor. You see whipping black shadows of these reapers. There's probably 24 reapers out there somewhere over the city, whipping in and out of buildings and just pulling souls out of people out in the village. You see chimeras. You swear you see a massive bird, like bigger than any bird you've ever seen, flying out there. It's a real, just nasty. I promised my son I would try not to swear, so it's a mega storm outside of just nastiness. But inside,
it's a mega bummer.
Yeah, it's a mega bummer. Okay, pause for 1 sec. It's a show out there. It is nasty. All right. So, inside,
those friends of yours
is relatively calm.
I think Dalvar's gonna look around at everyone and say, and the scene, and he's basically gonna say, okay, he'll like look at Torag and say, we all need to get down into and end this. We need to cut the head off the snake. We need to get going.
Yeah, I agree. If we cut off the main controlling part, the one that's causing all of this chaos, because I don't think we have the resources to deal with multiple Kraken out there.
I didn't come here to fight these lackeys. What were they doing here?
Well, they seem
They
seem to be causing, widespread bummers. So I feel like you need to cause a very focused bummer on one, multi-eyed floaty boy.
I think we're all agreed. Let's end this. And I think Torag is gonna he's gonna grab Torag and lead the way to where
Torag
they were.
Pauses at the window as you're kind of beginning to lead out. And Torag's like, "Oh my god, people won't survive long out there. They're gonna get wiped out. Is there anything we can do to help the city?"
So I would say Talithar is looking back and saying, I think the best we can do is to take out this beholder as quickly as possible and end its control on all these things.
All right. All in favor. Full force going below.
Let's go to the source.
I want to hear from everybody. How do you vote? Not going to split some of your energy to help protect the city, or you're going to go below with everything you got?
I believe that Lesrin gave us some dragon orbs that might come in handy from what I inspected on these. I think if we use them, we'll be able to call some dragons to our aid for a short time. That might help protect the town up here.
That's a good idea. I say we smash the orbs, teleport down to the beholder, let the dragons be here, we be there. It's all good.
We should hold some dragons in reserve, but okay. So I think whoever wants to use your dragons, let's do it, but let's...
All right. If you're going to use your dragon, please let me know. If you're going to hold on to it, just, don't.
I think Jalen's going to use his.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go crush Asterion's orb as well.
Yep, Asterion barely gets to their feet. Crushes the orb. There's like... And, what one was that again? That was the green dragon. So as soon as Asterion smashes it underfoot, it begins to grow, and you all have to hustle out of that particular corner as a very large It's technically statted as a young adult green dragon begins to take shape right in that corner, and you all move quickly to the side so it doesn't crush you. Okay.
Amazing.
Anybody else?
Jalen's using his.
All right.
I think
Jalen.
Hilda will use her own.
Which one was Jalen's again? Did Jalen even get one? I don't think.
Pretty sure.
All right.
Or
Hilda. So the green dragon and Hilda, you said you're using yours to help the city?
Yep.
All right. So the copper dragon also appears. The green dragon barely squeezes out through the window and looks back, kind of his serpentine neck kind of coming back in just as Hilda's smashing this, and it looks at Asterion, the Minotaur. What orders? What orders? Horned one.
City protect.
Aye. And the green dragon disappears from view. Hilda, same thing with yours. The copper dragon this time. It's metallic sheen, kind of the light in the room bouncing off, illuminating. You're just amazed at being this close. You've been close to a lot of dragons at this point, but not one under your command.
I do look up to it and I say, try your best to gather as many villagers to a safe location and then guard it.
It shall be done. The copper dragon disappears out the window. Anybody else?
I think Talthar just sees this, and while he was very much contemplating holding on, he just sighs, and he's gonna use the silver gem.
All right.
And so with the silver
takes shape in
the
front
silver
of you.
dragon.
This one barely fits inside. It basically has to step out while it's forming, and its head kind of forming in through the window looking at you.
And I'll say, defend the innocent and civilians from the monsters.
Yes, sir. All right. Anybody else?
Since Cranky Bear doesn't talk, he'll just pull out his black thing and hand it to Hilda.
Okay.
Thank you.
And she smashes it, I'm guessing, and it forms up.
Doesn't
And
have to.
I mean, you can hold it if you want to.
It could be smashed or saved. That's up to Timely.
I mean, at the moment, we got 3 dragons out there. But a whole village of madness.
I'm sorry? I couldn't hear what you said there.
I was just saying, we got 3 dragons out there and a whole village full of creatures. But then again, we do have the beholder. I'll smash it.
All right. The black dragon forms and again takes similar marching orders, unless you want to say what it is. What do you tell the black dragon as it looks at you? It looks a lot like the black dragon you've seen, but it's smaller, quite a bit younger, but it definitely intense stare. It looks like it kind of wants to eat you, but it has made a promise, and it kind of licks its lips, and the acid drooling on the floor makes these little pock marks.
Okay, well then, please enjoy a feast upon the monsters in town. Just the monsters, not the villagers.
Not the villagers. And it spits on the floor, and it literally burns through a spot about 1 foot wide through to the next level. and then it leaps out the window. Good thing dragons are pretty slender, especially the young adults, because they can just squeeze through the window. Although the window's starting to, like, some stones are getting loose and like starting to fall. All right, anybody else? We got 4 dragons.
They're like doves. Their bones are flexible.
Yeah.
It's like a snake, you know.
That probably makes better sense as a comparison point. I just flexible doves is funny to me.
All right.
That's why you keep them in your robes and do.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 dragons are out there out of 10.
Isolda's just going to go with Gax, and I think Frizzle will too.
Okay.
After the Beholder, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Can Eli do like a quick investigation to see if like any of these people had like potions on them?
You want to search the bodies real quick?
Quick loot.
Just to see if he sees like any semblance of a health potion. Yeah. Otherwise, he's just gonna.
I'll help Eli with that.
All right, you do a quick search. It looks like they.
Do you want to lay on hands? Some hands.
I got 22.
22, pretty good. There is a magical battle axe and a magical shield. You can just tell by the runes on Garrick. Anything that was Harnissa's is gone. You do find 3 potions on Harnissa's belt, but you're not entirely certain what they are. One of them looks like it's kind of pinkish. Actually, sorry, 2 of them look like they're pinkish, and one of them looks kind of clear.
Can I do a medicine check?
Sure, go ahead and do a medicine check on the potion.
Yeah.
So I can't use shields, but I can use the axe. Can I identify that axe super quick?
Sure. It is an axe plus... Let's see how generous I'm going to be. 70%. All right. It's an axe plus 1, sir. It is magical.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Who can use the who else can use the shield besides Talithar?
Hilda is a dual wielding paladin.
Okay.
So
I guess what is the shield like? I guess if Talithar can get someone to identify it, make sure it's not cursed or anything like that.
I can identify that if you like. Although it depends on how much time we have, because I think it's how long does it take me to ritual identify?
It take you
no ritual.
Yeah, you won't have time for that, I'm afraid.
It's just
17 on the medicine check too.
7. So 2 healing potions and 1 unknown. They're the greater healing though.
Pick up what you can. We can figure it out later.
See.
Yep.
I mean, is the shield just +1 or like Talithar will take the
shield? Is I'm gonna say it's a sentinel shield. So it gives you advantage on initiative and perception. And it's +1.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of a different shield. Never mind.
Yeah.
Gix, what happened to the girl?
Gex? Where did Empty go? Is what Shu's asking.
I didn't see. I left Empty with the tree.
Okay. Are we meeting downstairs? I guess we can't just do this ritual here or whatever. Might not be time.
I have no idea. I mean...
Gex is having a senior moment.
I feel like Empty said something about tell people to come in my direction, but I don't know if that's good advice.
What did you do down there?
Well, I took Empty Wisdom down there, and they converted a tree from non-sentient to sentient and mobile. So, last I saw, the tree was going outside. So maybe we want to go towards the tree, or...
Do we see it out the window?
Yeah, you can look.
Wait a minute. Oh, now that we have that context.
You can look, and you can absolutely see this massive tree. At the top of it, only about 2 stories down. And you can see Empty Wisdom floating in amongst the leaves. Funny enough, Wisdom is being carted by the tree, but Empty is floating within Wisdom. And like with one hand on the tree, and they're directing it, and it's just like smashing away various Reaper type creatures and like this massive snake thing. The tree is.
Well, she seems busy.
You could probably yell down to her. It's only 2 stories at this point because of, magic tower is weird.
I think Tyler's like, we got to get going, right, with what we can. We have, I think, is like a big tree and a bunch of dragons defending, but we need to finish this. We can't we can't tarry.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna like teleport to the Beholder's house and fuck it up. So
yeah,
Well,
Eli's gonna
that last guy alive if anybody wants to interrogate him.
We don't have time to chat. Let's go.
You got it, boss.
All right.
And the hand just squeezes till it makes dog juice.
Yeah, just squeeze
I'm sorry.
the last life out of him.
Just
No, like you can keep him alive. You can keep him alive, but like keep him alive. But let's go. Like if you want, kill him. Keep him
I'm gonna
alive.
get a hate
like
mail for
we gotta
that
get going. Yeah.
Oh no.
well,
Yeah.
no.
because if we had time, Gex was gonna skin it because
Yeah, I mean, I've
He's
sworn to
in
like
back
that to help you guys on your mission. So whatever your orders are, I'm down with it.
He gave up. Let him live. Let's go.
To be clear, the dog's a person, right? They're a druid. They reverted back to their personhood form.
Now, here's the thing. This is weird, actually. It's more dog than human most of the time. It's basically beginning to lose itself to its wild shape. So it is actually in dog form more than it is in human form.
Gex's thing is
cool.
that like he's
like a state of being where
It's
becomes
becoming
the
more
true
dog
form. That's
all the
cool.
time.
Are we
Actually, I
sure
like
it's
that.
not just an awakened dog that can shapeshift into a human?
I mean, it might be, but we got to go. The main question I have for you is, are you going to leave Empty out there fighting? Or are you going to call Empty to get up with you?
I think we're gonna call Empty to join us quickly. But if Empty's busy, then Empty's busy, and we'll give Empty the option to join us. But we're out of here.
All right, who's going to
So we will
yell
call
out?
up someone.
Okay.
Like someone who can either fly or yell out.
Now, here's the funny
I
thing.
think that
It's only 2 stories down. The tree
it's only
could
2
actually
stories.
reach up and pass
Yeah,
Empty
so we,
from there.
So then we would say you would yell at Telly. I thought like the tree was way off into the city. I'd say like
It's pretty close to the tower still.
As Empty's player, I think I'm picturing the scene like people look out the window and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna shoot down to this tree," and there's like a storm going on and like can't get through. Like even like Wisdom's voice itself booming,
Which you all
makes
heard.
it hard for her to hear anything. So I think that like you call out and you go, you know what? It's not worth it. We can do if we think we can do this without bringing this tree ally with us. We don't need. We'll let her do her thing. So, as Empty's player, I'm going to say, you try and get her attention. She doesn't hear it, and you go, you know what? Maybe she found herself.
But as a player, I'm just
I'm
basically
okay
giving
with
you the
that.
option to opt in to joining, having Empty join us. That's all. Like you have the option.
Totally.
We
You're
can make
giving
the
me
effort.
the option as a player. I'm giving you the permission as a player. We're good.
All right. So,
Okay.
Empty is out defending the city as well amongst the dragons and rallying this tree. And the rest of you gather around Torrig. He's like, all right, everybody, buckle up. Might be a bit dicey. The place we're going to appear in is usually surrounded by a bunch of people who work for the Inquisition. All right. Are you ready? He says as he's drawing the circle in the middle of the hallway here. It's 15 feet wide hallway.
As he's doing that, Talithar drinks the potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Oh.
Nice.
That was like an hour, right? That should be fine.
Yeah. All right. Any other preparation people want to do?
Isolde will kind of run up to. Do we get a short rest?
I mean, you can take one if you want. It would be an hour.
Okay, so we haven't been standing around that long.
No. It's been 5 minutes.
Then she will run up to Hilda and ask for some healing. Lay on hands or something, if you have any left.
I'm going to ask Balin for one of the potions.
Yeah, I'm quite low. And going into a boss fight like this, she won't make it.
Did I get all the potions? I figured I'd just hand them around because I'm pretty full on health. So yeah, I'll distribute healing potions to whoever needs them.
Actually, you also, during this time, somebody, I'm going to say
But we didn't know they were
Gax,
healing potions.
is going to be searching Turg as well. And Turg has 5 potions, 3 of which are the same as that other healing potion. So it's a greater healing. So you get a bunch of potions, and 2 of them, one of them is almost pitch black, like Guinness, and another one is like a bluish color.
Okay. Would Arcana be able to identify those quickly, or do I need to
You can try. Go ahead and roll. It's going to be reasonable DC.
15.
I imagine this is happening like during the circle being drawn, so that the time overlaps here.
So you have a total of 5 greater healing potions and 3 other potions. One of them is a potion of invisibility. Another one is a potion of electricity resistance, like lightning resist.
Okay.
And then the black one is a necrotic resistance.
Rook's taking the invisibility. Dibs on invisibility for Rook.
Yeah, I'll give Rook the invisibility potion.
Who wants
I'll take that
necrotic?
off. Who else needed healing potions?
I do.
Eli's going to take one.
Feels like a lot of us got pretty scratched up in that explosion.
Jalen's also just going to wordlessly take the necrotic one, since he probably took the most necrotic damage last round.
Oh, that's true.
I've already got a potion of lightning resistance, so if someone else wants it. So I got one from the Oni bag.
And now, when you say you're taking it, do you mean you're taking it or you're holding it, like in your equipment?
Very important to distinguish.
Brandon, mostly, I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I'm chugging it now.
Nice. All right, so your necrotic resist for an hour.
Okay.
Very nice.
All right, and I'm assuming,
Alan, you might. So I don't think it's something that she would think of, but since you have looked at the gems and stuff, I think that the gem Shu took is a dragon that breathes lightning. So maybe you're like, you know what? Just in case, you should take this less lightning potion in case you blow yourself up. If we don't know what else to do with that potion, I think that would make sense.
That's a good idea. I'll give it to Shu.
All right, Shu's got the electric.
And out of the 5 potions, I gave away 3 of them.
Did you give one to me?
Yeah, okay. Isolde's got one, Eli's got one, and did Hilda get one?
No.
No,
but
okay.
I would take one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give Hilda 2 because you usually do a lot of healing, and then I'll keep one for myself just in case because I don't have any other healing.
All right.
And anybody want a haste spell cast on before we go in there? I was thinking a Rook or Talithar is sold. I'm not sure who would benefit the most from it.
I know I would.
Or sorry, yeah, okay. Or Gex. Gex does a lot of damage.
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I'll give it to Isolde.
It's not as low as it looks. It's just that it includes ones.
2 of them.
Okay, Isolde, you've got a haste on you too.
But you're gonna have to maintain concentration on that, right? It's for 1 minute.
Yeah, and if you lose concentration, then they lose a round, so it's a risky spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
want it or not?
I'm trying to think if we need to.
It's probably better to cast in combat because it doesn't last like an hour like these potions are. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
I'll wait.
I don't think.
Yeah, it only lasts like a minute or something like that.
Yeah, just in case. That way I don't expend it while we're traveling or when we get there.
Yeah, that's good.
You're like barreling out of the teleportation.
Yeah, the haste is only 1 minute, so like it's usually done in combat or right before combat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figure we're going to be attacked as soon as we come through the portal, but
Possible. 'Tis possible.
All right. So if you're prepared, Torig's got the circle ready to roll, and begins to mutter and chant and call you all closer. I'm just going to bamf you all in there now. So the flash of light, like a bluish light, just as all the runes illuminate around on the ground, and Torig goes, "Go, go, go!" And the circle illuminates with this brilliant floor-to-ceiling shine of light, and you all run into the circle, and you're temporarily blinded as you go running through this brilliant light, and then you come out, popping out into this room. It's only about 20 feet wide by about maybe 80, 60 long. There's identical runic symbols on the floor. You see some very dim torchlight flickering in here, and a channel, almost like a little fountain, but with a channel feeding down. The circle you're surrounded in is actually covered with a thin layer of blood on the ground as it's just seeping through like this fountain. At the far end of the room, you see what looks like a skull, and blood is just slowly oozing out of the mouth of this skull statue against the far wall, and you are now deep within the undertow. All right, we're in. I'm just going to drag you over there. Now, we can keep going, or we could pause here if you like. The choice is yours.
And the rest of you, this is probably like we're 10 to 12. Probably a good point to just stop before we get into another fight, but up to you guys. Like I could go for another 10, 15 minutes, but
yeah, it's a good stopping point.
If we do, I need to take a break
then
first,
like, maybe
because
it's a good stopping point, and then if we do, it's gonna start
Yeah.
like an extra hour-long thing, probably. Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, it's a good time to stop. Yeah.
All right.
cool.
So
Baby.
with that,
Oh no.
you teleport within the stronghold beneath the undertow, right into the heart of the beholder's lair. Now, Rook, you've been here before.
Yeah.
You know this is a twisting chasm of part crypts, part semi-natural tunnels, part ruins. You have explored this both before the game even started, when you found that piece of treasure deep beneath that started it all. And with that, I think we're going to pause. So we'll pick up here next week with some more Dungeons and Dragons. Tuesday, 9 p.m. for the live game. Thanks, everybody. Whew. I wasn't sure where that was going to go today. So I had a feeling murder would happen. And we are down one character. Not the one I expected. Oh, by the way, everybody, you're all now level 11.
Whoa!
Wow.
What about our
For
What about our
defeating-
B team?
So B team is going to go, you know what, I'm going to say they go to level
They were
6.
5.
However, because Shu just became an A game, I'm going to say Shu is now level 11.
That's so funny. Shu did literally nothing in that fight.
Eyes roll back.
You're like, oh, I'm out of here. This is a bad situation. Oh no, a fireball. And that's just like, I feel very experienced from all that. Wow.
It's really funny. I was just complaining about the opposite of Leroy Jenkins, and there Shu is. There's the name. You shooed us.
Yep. Everybody else, your minions are, we'll say, level 6.
Nice. Shu doesn't learn by doing. They learn by looking.
It's an observation-based druid. Ranger.
Choose a ranger. Yeah, they're just like, I'm going to stand on the boat and I'm going to shoot an arrow at the Kraken. I don't get into the fight.
All
that
right.
is their jam. Now that we've seen it, because
I will say this.
When would that ever
just
happen?
for fun, as you're about to teleport, Shu, you look down and you see a little mushroom looking up at you from the floor. Do you pick it up and bring it with, or leave it there?
You want to come along? All right, let's come along. Scoop.
All right. So a little piece of wisdom.
With the mushroom? Yeah. So I wonder if they can communicate over distance.
I don't know. We'll see later. We will see later. All right. I do need an episode name for tonight's episode. That goes for the internet too, or the players.
Someone said something?
I said murder happened.
Reverse ambush.
Or the Harbingers doomed.
Ooh.
Because they were the Harbingers of Boone.
Oh, that's right. That was a long time ago. All right.
I got my notes, Todd. I got my notes.
Somebody should be taking some notes. Harbinger doomed.
I hope we have like one diehard fan who's like, I get that reference. Like they see the episode name, they're like,
oh,
that's gonna happen.
All right, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Gordon. Thank you. So we're gonna be Harbinger doomed. All right, and we'll be back here next week for some more Dungeons and Dragons. Don't forget, we're also doing Shadowrun for those in Shadowrun with Steve here as the GM. I was totally thinking about my character most of last week, actually, for Shadowrun, because that's good fun. Like, how do I spend my karma? So yeah, that's going to be every other 2 weeks, I believe, is how we're doing that, at least for now. Although someday, maybe, I'll be able to play 2 games a week and be able to do like Shadowrun and D&D. If anybody wants to brainstorm that, what days might work, we can talk about that offline too.
Well, speaking of 2 games a week, we also have a game on Thursday. It's not with Psychos Live. It's on my channel, twitch.tv/DarcyBits, or on YouTube at DarcyBits, and that is called Hot Springs and Hydras, and Todd is playing a bunny folk bard bumbling bumbler. That's probably
a bard.
Bunny folk bard. Let's just say that. I don't need to say that you bumbled. But also you're warlock.
I totally do.
You just can't help yourself bopping him on the head.
And in the end, he is now also a warlock.
Yeah. So we're picking that up. We missed a couple weeks as well. So please join us on that on Thursdays.
All right. And then Steve's game.
At what time?
It goes from 8 EST to 10. Or whatever. Awesome. I don't know if we're at ST or the other one, but you know what I'm saying. Eastern. Yeah, it's always 2 hours to 10. Very consistent game.
Nice. And good fun. Thank you for that. All right. Anybody else want to plug anything before we go?
Thank you, Todd.
All right. I think that's it. So, Harbingers doomed, and we are out. We'll see you next week. Stick around for the credits for all the Creative Commons and peace. And special thanks to Will for helping me out with all the prep we didn't quite get to yet, but that'll be next week.
Ain't that always the way?